Chapter 18. Lightning rejoined Coos and followed Smirky towards Thomasville Speedway. The stadium lights popped on, one by one, as the three of them entered. "All right, lesson 1, Smirky shouted. "You're old," accepted. "I told him that," chimed Coos. Smirky chuckled and whispered loudly to Coos. "He's probably losing his hearing." Coos began to repeat what Smirky had said. "He said you're old." "I heard him," said Lightning. "You'll never be as fast as Storm," said Smirky, "but you can be smarter than him." "Okay, what do I—" "They said you were in a demolition derby," Smirky said, looking over Lightning's frame. "Yeah, it was terrible, and I almost—" "You sure?" Smirky asked. "'Cause there's not a scratch on you." He paused, letting that sink in. "Funny what a racer can do when he's not overthinking things," he added. "So, hold on. You want me to be smarter without thinking so much?" said Lightning. "Exactly," said Smirky. Meanwhile, at the Florida International Superspeedway, Jackson Storm was already running practice laps and continuing to impress everyone. Shannon Spokes, a correspondent for Racing Sports Network, was reporting live from the track. Jackson Storm clocked 214 per hour today. Right on cue, Storm ripped round the corner at an incredible rate. The crowd oohed in response. Back in Thomasville, Lightning's training was finally taking shape. Clank! A silencer fell to the ground, and Coos was lured off a lift. She'd been outfitted with a new spoiler and racing tires, and Guido had duct-taped a sloppy Jackson Storm 2.0 onto her sides. Much to everyone's surprise, Coos looked like a real racer. "You want to beat Jackson Storm? You need someone to stand in for him, like a sparring partner," said Smirky. It was obvious that Coos was uncomfortable. Thankfully, the legends cheered her on and helped her settle into a new look. "All right, looking good," Louise called out. "Just like a racing car." "You look just like Storm himself." "I'm not so sure," Coos answered back. "Just a trainer." "Go ahead and gun it," said Smirky. Coos obeyed, and the engine roared to life. with no silencer. You even sound like Storm, Smirky said. You're going down, Lightning, Coos began, nervous at first, but she eventually found a rhythm. Get that arthritis-riddled boot onto that track so I can put you into the old folks' home against your will. Everyone stared at her. Even Coos was shocked by what she was capable of. How is that? She asked timidly. That'll do, said Lightning. Moments later, Lightning and Coos lined up at the speedway. Here we go, said Smirky. Now, in Florida, you'll be starting in the back of the pack since you missed qualifying. He nodded at Coos. Storm here will be up at the pole. I'll give you 3 laps to catch her. Go through the entire field in 3 laps? Lightning protested. You want to beat Storm or not? Said Smirky. Yes, of course I do. Well then, Smirky said, go. Lightning and Coos took off, racing round the track. Lightning tried his hardest, but couldn't even get close to Coos. She crossed the finish line way ahead of him. Coos couldn't help it. She squealed with delight when she realized she'd won. All right, said Smirky. Looks like we got some work to do. Lightning and Coos quickly realized that Smirky's training was the opposite of what racers were getting at Sterling's state-of-the-art racing center. Lightning found himself out on a quiet country road hitched to a giant trailer. Coos was right beside him, hitched to a trailer of her own. Okay, go ahead, yelled Smirky. Lightning tried with all his might to pull the heavy load. It won't budge, Lightning said with a lot of effort. This has nothing to do with horsepower, Smirky barked. It's about managing torque and not spinning your wheels. Right on cue, both Lightning and Coos spun their tires pitifully, unable to move the trailers an inch. Later, Smirky had Lightning and Coos try a different exercise. He had Guido on the back of a truck, throwing giant hay bales at their heads. Lightning and Coos dodged and dived as best they could. Everyone was shouting over the sound of the engines. The reflexes are the first thing to go, yelled Smirky. Just then, a hay bale smacked Lightning square in the face. A little while later, Lightning and Coos found themselves in a pasture where some tractors were peacefully motoring round. Smoky rolled over to a nearby gate and closed it. "Sneak through that window," he said. "What does that mean?" asked Coos. Before she could get an answer, Smoky yelled, "Go!" He revved his engine suddenly, scaring the tractors. They went wild, running in every direction. Lightning and Coos shrieked, stuck in the middle of the chaotic stampede. "Not cool, man! Not cool!" shouted Coos. During another training session, Smoky took Lightning and Coos back out onto the country road. Again, Smoky and Lightning pulled the trailer, but this time he had to pull it with Smoky, Coos, Luigi, Guido, and the whole gang riding on top. "You ain't gonna pass Storm moving like that," yelled Smoky. "Dig for it. How about a little giddy-up? Now come on, hit it." Lightning panted as he tried to pick up the pace while pulling the heavy trailer. Soon Smoky had Lightning line up on the track again, a quarter lap behind Coos. Lightning raced hard and managed to close the gap a little more than before. But Coos still won. "Run it back," Smoky said. Smoky had them race several times. With each effort, Lightning seemed to get closer, but Coos always managed to beat him to the checkered flag. "Do you even want to be out here?" Smoky shouted. "Only 2 days left, kid." He told Lightning that if he wanted to win, he was going to have to work a lot harder. Lightning was very, very frustrated. He thought he had been working harder than ever, but it still didn't seem to be enough. And he was now running out of time. End of Chapter 18. Chapter 19. Back at the Florida International Superspeedway, Storm was training on the simulator. He was moving extremely fast and passed a red blur. "What was that?" he asked. Storm's crew chief chuckled. "I put Lightning in there. Give you some competition." "Put my grandma in next," Storm retorted. "She'll be faster." Meanwhile, in Thomasville, Lightning was as far away from high-tech machinery as he could get. That night, Smoky, Lightning, and Coos met up with the legends at the drive-in theater to watch racing footage of Doc. Up on the screen, Doc was in the middle of the pack, figuring out his next move. He was riding so close to the car in front of him, he was nearly touching it. Lightning and Cruz were completely enthralled, waiting to see what he could do next. "See that?" asked Smirky. Had was a master of letting the other cars do some of the work for him. Junior Moon chimed in. "Doc used to say you cling to them like you was two June bugs on a summer night." They watched as Doc suddenly pulled out from behind the car and passed a young junior. He flashed a smile when he skated by. "Draughting," said Lightning. "I never had to do that." "Yeah," said Smirky. "That's when you were fast. Now you're slow. "And old," said River Scott. "And rickety," said Louise. "And dilapidated," said Junior Moon. Okay, I get it," Lightning exclaimed, ready to change the subject. "The new you has to look for opportunities you never knew were there," Smirky added. Lightning watched the rest of the race, letting Smirky's words sink in. The next day, Smirky had Lightning and Cruz back out in the pasture. "Sneak through the window," shouted Smirky, watching them struggle in the chaos of the herd. Lightning spotted a small space between two tractors. He repeated Smirky's words to himself, and then it clicked. He had an idea. "What?" asked Cruz, still completely confused. "When a window opens, take it," Lightning said. He started smoothly moving between the tractors. "Woo-hoo!" he shouted. Lightning salaamed through the tractors with ease. Cruz tried to follow. She squealed as she watched. But after a couple of failed attempts, she swiftly raced between the two of them. "I made it!" she shouted. "All right," said Lightning. Later on, out on the country road, Lightning dodged bales of hay again with Cruz. All the legends watched as this time Lightning successfully avoided each obstacle. Smirky then had Lightning line up on the track. "I said gun it," he shouted. Guido waved the green flag, and Lightning revved his engine. He sped away quicker than before, which forced a smile to creep across Smirky's grill. "All right, that didn't stink." A little while later, Smirky had Lightning pull the trailer again, with everyone riding on top of it. Only this time, Lightning had to drag it uphill. "Come on, get on it," yelled Smirky. "Catch Storm." Lightning panted, straining as he pulled them up the steep incline. "Reach for your lunch," said Cruz, cheering him on. Determined, Lightning dug deep and used everything in him to reach the very top. Finally, he made it. Everyone on the trailer erupted into cheers, then slid down the other side of the hill, hooting, hollering, and enjoying the ride. Day turned to night, and Lightning and Cruz followed Smirky and the legends into the woods. "This is where we cut our racing teeth," said Smirky. Lightning and Cruz were intrigued as they wondered what Smirky had in mind for them next. "In the woods?" Lightning asked. "Let's just say the moon was always shining on us," River Scott said with a sly smile. Lightning and Cruz didn't get it. "If the moon didn't shine, we didn't have to go in." "Oh, never mind," Louise exclaimed. "We ran moonshine, dummy," Junior Moon screamed. "Ooh," said Lightning, finally understanding. But when the legends suddenly turned off their headlights, he and Cruz were confused again. "By the way, no lights," said Smirky. "Instinct only." With that, the legends raced off into the woods, yelling and cheering. Lightning and Cruz followed, but they moved much slower, dodging trees and boulders in the dark. Without lights, it was difficult to see, and it was terrifying. Eventually, Lightning began to maneuver with more ease, and it became more fun than scary. "Woo!" he shouted. A few branches scraped against his side, gashes appearing in the high-tech wrap that Sterling had given Lightning at the racing center. As he drove, the entire wrap gave way and ripped off, revealing the paint job that Ramon had given Lightning the day he left Radiator Springs. And in no time, Cruz and Lightning found themselves racing past the legends. "Hey," said Louise, "Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!" shouted Lightning. For the first time in weeks, under the moon and surrounded by laughter, Lightning raced for the fun of it. In that moment, he thought that anything was possible. End of Chapter 19.